Hello! Today we're playing Cross Blitz, a new RPG deck builder which recently launched into early access. Alrighty, let's get back in there. So last we left off, we had made a few adjustments to the deck list. In fact, let's take a look at it now because upon thinking on this overnight, I kind of want to take a different direction with my strategy. Ideally, the kind of deck that I want to be playing long-term is going to be something like what I played in other games, right? In Hearthstone, I played this deck called Zoo. It's a Warlock deck. You would play minions on the early turns of the game, try to establish board control through trading. So in this game, that would just be, just attacking in the combat step. And then later on in the game, I would make even better trades, or I would close the game out with synergies like buff a guy or duplicate a guy or something like that. So that's the kind of gameplay I'm shooting for. In Magic I played a very similar deck. It was called Affinity, same exact gameplay. So that's what I want here. Now they did seem to have some options to accommodate a strategy like that. What I have in my collection right now, Buccaneer is perfect for this, right? He's a 1-mana 1/1, he's cheap, and the tough gives him the ability to trade favorably with other 1-mana cards like this guy who's just loses the trade clean. So, if I play this and they play a pirate recruit, I win. I won turn one. And so that's the kind of gameplay pattern that I'm looking for, right? Another thing that would be good for that is like the Fritz bot. 2-mana 2/2, the baseline stats, but the self-damage synergizes with other effects, which I don't have, but I could have if I respec my level tree. And that allows me to get, more and more value out of things. So that's kind of what I want to transition into here today. So bear with me, I'm going to take a brief moment to take a look at my leveling tree, which I seem to have points for, as a matter of fact. So I'm going to respec real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I could, if I was so inclined, get all the way up to one of these level 4 rewards. Clean sweep, I don't really care about right now. Maybe I'll change my mind later. Blast Mage, 6 mana, 3/3. Played, deal 2 pyro damage to an enemy minion for each bomb. I don't know if that's really what I'm looking for because the bombs, this is kind of a more combo style of play where I would be doing plays like putting bombs in my opponent's deck, which gives me no advantage at the present, but in the future it's going to be dealing damage to them and synergizing with effects like this. If I want to play a combo style of deck later, that's what I'd be looking for, but that's not what I want right now. Oh, so I am able to get to Musket Cannon Expert. This is an extraordinarily high value card. It would cost me having the Barrel Mutt, which is unfortunate, but the Barrel Mutt is a lot slower than I would like. So I'm gonna actually try. I just want to get like this really high value, powerful card in my deck. I think that'll be a good power spike for being level 4, and we can see what we can do about that later. So we're gonna update our deck. This is gonna be day 3. Day 3. It's still gonna be cannon, but yeah, I do want to transition into something a little more aggro combo board control-y in the future, but for now this is perfectly fine. I'm happy with these cannons. They're pretty fun. Okay, so first things first, let's get that new guy in here. I got 2 of them. Very good. This is a really strong card. Unlike Admiral Brass, I'm going to be happy to just slam this thing on the table just immediately turn 5 every time. Going second, I'm going to be happy to slam him on the table turn 4. And the big thing about this guy that I really like, he's a pirate, which when I level up again and I can purchase Barrel Mutt from this level tree, this is going to be huge because this is a searchable way for me to deploy cannons on the board, which would let me reconsider, playing Grog in my deck. Grog is in here right now pretty much exclusively because it is an easy card to fit into my curve that will dig me closer to my cannons. But if I can search for my cannons, I don't need this anymore, and I can, smooth my curve out with better things that are able to impact the board, when I play them. Higher tempo plays would be how I would describe that. So very good. Let's take that. Oh god. Oh geez. What have I done? All right. So how's our curve looking? Kind of choppy, and it is a little top heavy because we have the 2 Admiral Brass and we have the 2 Musket Cannon Experts. Granted, they're all excellent cards, they're worth being in the deck, but I do want to try to smooth this out a little bit more. I have a lot of bottom end with all these 1-drops. Wait, why does it say I have 0 out of 8 Cannoneers in here? That's interesting. Are there no Cannoneers in here? How silly. That must have been one of the cards that I accidentally clicked out of the deck when I was meshing. Curve looks fine. Yeah, looks good. Let's give her a go. Oh, and I am going to have, I forgot almost, that I had purchased this Cindersoot Grog. This is going to fill out my curve even better. You know, I'm always going to have 1 mana cards to smooth out my mana curve at any point of the game. That's going to be really nice, very convenient, and it's going to make it a lot easier to turbo this out if I'm playing on turn 2. If I'm playing second, I mean on turn 4. Very good. All right, yep, we're going to keep that, and we are ready. I just noticed there are these little pips at the bottom of the tiles, which I expect indicate which challenges I have and have not completed. That's a really good touch. I like that quite a lot. So, yeah, we're going south. We're chasing this fairy, I believe, who had fled. All right. What do we have here? Ah, this is the Forge. I recognize that icon. I get to finally craft stuff.
It ain't often you stumble upon a big old furnace sitting out and about in Swindler's Wharf. Oi, Captain! This looks like a special type of furnace, too!
Whoa, Mulder. What do we think about this guy?
Did you come to cook?
I don't know about that one.
I'm trying to work here.
There we go, that sounds better.
Oi, sorry there, pal. Didn't mean to offend. Excuse me, sir, but do you happen to be a Meldon Smithy? Smithy? I'm a Meldon master. Best there is. Name's Mulder. Pleased to meet you, Mulder. I'm Redcroft, and this is my first meet, Admiral Bross. Captain, we should ask him if he's willing to do business. Master Mulder here can meld some new cards for us. And skilled melders are hard to come by these days. He ain't the most friendly chum I've met, but if he's as good as he says he is, then I'm all for it. Doubting a master skill, eh? Where'd you learn your manners, Redbone? It's Redcroft. Your name could be Red Dolt for all I care, but I'm willing to meld for almost anyone as long as they got the ingredients and proper recipe. Appreciate the help, Master Mulder. I was wondering what I was gonna do with all this junk we've been collecting anyway. Only a fat-headed fool would call those precious ingredients junk. You got a lot to learn, Red Crow. Enough chatting. Let's get melding.
Yes! Finally! Oh, I wonder if this is free, because money is tight. Oh, you're visiting Master Mulder. He's grumpy, yes, but very skilled. If you have a recipe and the necessary ingredients, he can meld new cards for you. This is a recipe. It lists which ingredients are required to create the specific card. To meld a new card, select a recipe like this one, and then press the big meld button. Master Mulder will get to work. It's quite impressive. Excellent. And of course I'm getting these recipes by fighting people, and I also would imagine the people who drop cards also drop exactly the ingredients I would be needing. Obviously, like, this only takes 3 types of ingredients, and I think everybody I fought so far is dropping 6. In fact, now that I'm looking, it seems like there are only 6 ingredients in general. Interesting. Alright, so I have 4 options for cards here. This could be huge. This looks like the Cindersoot Monkey. So I could, like, meld these and have them in my deck to play. I don't know if I want to do that, but I'll keep that in mind, and, you know, I could just meld the 4, just to have them in my collection. No problem with that. This one, Whip Grunt, 2 mana, 2/2, good stat line. No archetype, though, not a pirate. After you play a minion, deal 1 damage to it and give it 2 power. Okay, great. This is exactly what I want for the kind of strategy that I want to be playing, where I have an on-curve drop, and then from then on, you know, all of my 2 drops, 1 drops, 3 drops that I curve into from there are going to be buffed. And that's awesome because, like, say I play this guy in turn 2, and then turn 3 I play like a 2-drop and a 1-drop, 3 1-drops, or something like that. All of a sudden I'm getting 2, 4, 6 power for free from a 2-mana 2/2 who's already worth the 2 mana I paid for him. So this is exactly the kind of card that I'm looking for. It does not look like I can afford it, though. He needs a whole bunch of these silver chip. Wait a minute. Oh, this red doesn't mean that I can't afford it. It just... That's just the color that silver chip has, I guess. War, neutral, war. Oh, these are like archetypes. Okay. So now I'm wondering, are neutral cards like there were the other characters, right? And like, if I have these in my collection, does this mean like this is Redcroft specific since it's red and it's the war class, and then these are, you know, all classes? If I'm thinking like long-term value here, I guess it would be valuable to have all the neutrals, but like, I don't think resources are that strapped in this game. I think I can just do whatever I like. I want 8 of this guy, but I'll come back to him in a moment. We have the 3 mana 1/3 armor fairy. After another friendly minion takes damage, gain 1 armor. I don't put any value on this right now. Maybe later when my health total gets like really pressured, I would want to be playing a card like this, but that's just not the case. I'm like taking chip damage right now, so not valuable right now. And then of course we got the 6 mana 6/6 pirate. He gives my other minions +1/+1. My curve is a little tight. Looking forward to that other deck I'd want to be playing. This is the kind of thing that would be valuable there, especially if I was playing max copies of the bird, which would reduce the costs of the pirates in my hand. This would be a nice effect to have on turn 5, kind of just like the finisher, right? I have a board. I've been playing a lot of cheap 1 and 2 mana minions that I've established. I've got maybe 4 or 5 of them on the table, and then I just slam this guy down, get like 10, 20 stats just spat out on the table. So I want some of him as well, but let's start with Whip Grunt. I think I can make 4 of them. He's smithing with his tail. I like this animation.
Now that's a beauty, eh?
It sure is. It sure is. Alright, looks like the skip button doesn't work. Interesting. Alright, so yeah, I have heard complaints about this smithing animation here. Maybe there's a setting that skips this in my cog settings. Let's take a look. Not a big deal, right? Like, I'm not going to be spending a very large percentage of my time in game smithing, but yeah, I'd like to be able to just mash the meld button 4 times and be done with it. Okay, so now the question is it worth farming for these materials to get these items? Like, I mean, I don't have to, right? Like, I don't think I need these to clear content, but I want them. I sure want them. We'll come back to it. We'll reapproach it. All right. So, with this being the case, let me look at my level grid. 2 mana, draw a pirate, or draw 2 if I have a pirate. This one, summon 8 pirates, deal damage to all enemies. This one would be really good as like a first ultimate, so like my next level point, this one would be pretty solid. What about this one? Summon 5 cannons, and then fire them twice. See, this is really solid. So two cannon experts into this could feasibly have that done in a timely manner. But I definitely would need the barrel mutt surging for these, because I don't foresee myself drawing more than like 2 cannons organically in the course of a match. What about this tree? What did we have? We had, oh yeah, the Blast Mage. This is a cool card. I like this card. I like cards like this where it's just huge power turn, right? Like turn 6, just slam this guy down and just blow everything to smithereens, wipe the whole board, deal some face damage. And then what was this one? This is the self-damage archetype, right? 3 mana, 1/4, give a minion in your hand +1/+1, right? Oh, that's actually a really clean curve as well from the guy I just crafted. Is play that guy turn 2, play this guy turn 3. This guy will be receiving damage straight off the bat, and then a minion in my hand will have been buffed as well. Alright. Berserker. Tough. After a friendly minion is damaged, give this minion +1 power. You know what? With access to Berserker and Rally Guy and Barrel Mutt, I think I'm ready to spec out of this tree, actually. But I don't want to do that before I play Musket Cannon Expert at least once, so I'll bear that in mind. Also, I just noticed War was written up here, right here. So, yeah, I think that's just Redcroft's, that's what they're calling his archetype. Pretty cool. Right, what am I doing here? I can fight this guy, level 3, she's level 4, so I guess we fight this guy first. Take a look at his info. His name is Squidface Bob. He has 14 HP. He has Dewy Pantaloons. After you play your first death minion that costs 3 or less in a turn, trigger its death. I have seen death effects so far. What have I seen? I saw somebody play. It was like a 1-mana 1/1 when it dies, give another friendly minion +1/+1. That's pretty strong, especially if he's going to get double value out of it, right? Because he's going to play it, get the effect, and then it's going to die later. He gets the effect again. So that's kind of scary. That's going to be 1 mana for 3/3 worth of stats. What else have I seen? I saw something like fire cannons or whatever when it dies. I'm not sure if that's going to be something he even plays. So if I wanted to succeed here, I want to keep his board clean at all times, right? Like if he has nothing to buff, then he doesn't get any value out of those buffs. So I'm going to make a minor tweak to my deck in speculation that he's going to be playing, well, pretty much the only one that I know of. I want these back in. I want all 4 of those. I just want to keep his board, like, clean. The Buccaneers are great for that. Cutlass Swine. This is going to be reach. This is going to be like a game finisher. So I'm going to take that out for now. And just in favor of things that can contest his board. I might even want some pirate recruits just so I have something in every column, or perhaps brown tooths instead. And then take out Admiral Brass. I'm going to do that. I mean, this is probably over preparation, but you know, it's the fun of a deck builder like this. All right, let's see what you got, buddy. Buccaneer Spinblade, really good combo. Mulligan the Rigbeak. Okay, cool. So I could like equip a relic, yada yada yada. Change the effects of relics at any time. Alright, yep, that's exactly the guy I was thinking. Okay, so the question is... Huh. This is a little bit of a predicament, right? Like, it doesn't look like it, but... The problem is, I'm going to assume he plays either another card like this that's going to buff the one right here, or he's going to play something else that's going to buff or whatever. And so if I was to just slam a Buccaneer in front of this guy, that could backfire on me if it gets buffed and I just lose my Buccaneer for nothing. So what I'm considering actually is populating just 2 other tiles besides this guy's with Buccaneers just to get some board presence down, and then next turn I can like deploy another Buccaneer and drop the Spin Blade. So I think that's going to be the better option here. Just the foundations of establishing board control here, and then we'll clinch it next turn or the turn thereafter. Yep, see, this is what I was afraid of. I think it was very reasonable to anticipate he was going to do that, so I'm pleased that we played around it. Alright, so now we are in a curious position, right? So I play Sawblade, it kills both of these. This guy's Death Rattle buffs this guy. He's going to go down to a 2/1 from the Sawblade hit. He's going to receive +1, and he's going to be a 3/2 thereafter. That's frightening. He will be vulnerable to another Spin Blade on the following turn, but... I think the best course of action here is to just control the board, control these 3 columns that are not contested by this massive Skull Recruit or soon-to-be massive Skull Recruit. Just take the damage. You know, he's going to be swinging for 3 or 4 a turn. Just take it, and then later I'll clean him up with the cannons without ever putting any of my minions at risk, and all the while I've controlled the other 3 columns, so nothing gets out of control. I think that's what I'm going to do, so I'm going to drop this Sawblade. Excellent, and then I'm going to drop a Buccaneer here, and I'm feeling pretty good about this board control. This looks good. I feel like this is going to be pretty effective at keeping his board from getting out of control. One way this could flip on its head is if he like drops another Death Rattle. Like if he deploys to one column and then buffs it from another column, but wait, is his hand empty? It can't be, because he just played this. He's got to have at least 1 card. How can I tell? 3 cards in hand, okay. So we're still a decent amount of ways away from having this guy cleaned up, but we're getting there. This is tricky. This right here is going to kill my Buccaneer. If I don't want to lose my Buccaneer, I could play a Spin Blade. Well, I still lose my Buccaneer, but I also take that with me. He will be receiving another Pirate, so he'll be at 4 cards in hand and then 5 when he takes his draw for turn. But I'm going to draw a card first. That's interesting. That clears the whole board. I like that, actually. I like that a lot. Okay, so I just have complete board control right now. My hand is terrible. I am a little worried about that. I could lose control of this board really fast if I draw dead for another turn or two. But there's not really a lot of bad draws left in my deck. What just happened? Rush flying when it deals damage to the enemy hero, add a bomb to their deck. Okay, I just have a bomb in my deck, not a big deal. Alright, so I can drop a cannon on this column, right here, just to contest every column. I will not lose my Buccaneer by attacking this guy, so I could just chip away at him. If it's 1 cannonball plus 2 attacks, that'll be fine. And then what does this guy do again? Alright, this is where I look at my Cindersoot Monkey. When played, fires a cannon, which can target the hero. So I could play my cannon here. Very good. I could play my Cindersoot here. And ideally, if the Cindersoot attacks, this guy attacks, the cannon hits this. So it's a 50% chance that the Boombird is dead this turn. I'm going to take that chance. Alright, I did fail the 50-50, but not a problem. It's just going to die next turn instead. Alright, Plunder. I believe Plunder was when he kills one of my minions. What was that? Flux, after this card is discarded, add it back to your hand. That is interesting. I'm very excited to make something going on with that. I don't know who's playing Dragon Archetype. I assume it's the other character who had story mode. And then deal 2 draconic damage to the hero on death. That's fine. I don't care about that at all. Alright, so here's where I take the board back and win the game. If I put... I'm going to play Cannoneer first. I'm going to play it here. Alright. So this is really, really tricky because I have a 33% chance if I play it here, the cannon shoots either the face or the draconic thing. So I have 2/3 chance of having a favorable outcome for this column because this attacks into it. It's a 1/1. This kills it, and then that's all good. This does take that. So ideally, I guess the ideal outcome I would like is I play this here, the cannon shoots this, and then I've got complete board control again, and he's down to 3 cards. Alternatively, if I played this here, he would attack that, that would attack that, this column would be empty, the cannon would either kill this or it would go face. If it doesn't hit this, then that's still alive and I don't have complete board control. So I'm going to take this route because it has the best possible outcome, and that's it's a 1/3 chance. It's not bad. Oh, you know what? I neglected something. This is going to shoot the cannon again at the beginning of combat, so I have another 1/3 chance. You know, if it shoots the 1/1, that's not my favorite thing. But if it shoots the 2/2, that's great for me. That's fine. Alright, very good. So now, all I gotta worry about is getting the most overkill damage possible. Oh, I didn't even check his quests. Whoops. I assume it's something along the lines of like, yeah, when take less than 0 damage. Well, yeah. Wait, huh? Why did that fill up when I blew myself up with the bomb? I don't know. At any rate, we're cruising. We're Gucci here. Like, I could just pass right now, and I'm fine. If I played this and the cannon hits that guy, I take damage. What was this? Like, have I cleared this? Like, is this saying if I take a single point more damage, then I fail the quest? Because if that's the case, I want to just pass turn immediately. How much damage did I take? I took 12, 13 damage. That seems like a strange number for the quest to requisite. Alright, there's the other level. Take less than 15 damage? Huh. I was at 9, and it said 22. So that means I had taken 13 damage. Although I did have armor. I had at least 2 armor. In fact, I think I had exactly 2 armor because I played Grog once. And that would be 15. Maybe that's what the problem is here. Oh well, not a big deal. I'll replay this later. Their craft is a Sprout Elf. A completely new archetype out of left field here. 6 mana, 6/6. It has Guard, which I know. Barrier, which I don't know. This negates the next damage the minion would take. Oh, Divine Shield, okay. And then, wait, Tough is what I know. I don't know what Guard is. Damage to your hero is halved, round down from all sources. Rounded down, huh? That's pretty good. That means 1 damage. Well, like, I can just take pings all day. Alright, huh. That is a really chunky mid-range minion right there. Like, that is a good minion for 6 mana. Pretty cool. That was fun. That was a really fun fight. I like this guy a lot. That was really enjoyable. Alright, but now I get to make my dream come true. Well, I get to start making it come true at least. I get to respec this. I didn't even get to play Musket. Sorry, Musket. I'll revisit you later, maybe. Barrel Mutt is what I want. And then I want Rally Guy and Berserker. And I have 2 points. What did I do with those 2 points? Don't really want clean sweep. Don't really care about the max health either. I could get Sea Shanty. It's a low tempo play. I don't know if that's what I want to be doing. It would be valuable. Like, it's a good top deck. And it's a good curve filler. Like, if I was on turn 5, this would be a good card because I would play that, draw 2 pirates, and I could probably play both of them, or at least one. Especially because Blood Boil, these aren't pirates, so I would be like, I would have a little more control over the cards I'd be drawing. 2 mana, 2/2. Incinerate's kind of nice. This is good for establishing board control. I think I want Incinerate, actually. Just straight up killing a minion. For now, enemies aren't very good at swarming me, so like I would probably have a good shot of just killing enemies that I want to kill with this. I think that's what I want. Alright, so now I'm going to keep Day 3 Cannon, but I'm also going to make a new deck, and we're going to call this one, I'm going to call this Day 3 Midrange, or Day 3 Zoo, what do we want to call it? We're going to call it Day 3 Zoo. Alright. Wait a minute. Okay. Still getting used to this deck builder interface. It's good, I'm just not used to it. Yeah, he's going in for sure. I want 4 of the spin blades. I don't want Grog anymore, I don't think. I'll start with 2 Incinerates. Maybe I want more later. Yep, 4 whip grunts. In fact, I'll check and see if I can purchase more in a moment. Yeah, 4 Frit spots. So my 2 mana slot's looking really good. You know, a lot of 2/2s, which are good at contesting opposing 1 and 2 drops. They beat 1/3s, they beat 1/1s, they beat 1/2s, they trade with, you know, X2s. I do think I want the Barrel Mutts. They'll be getting me Buccaneers and possibly other things as well. I don't think I want the Cutlass Swine. I don't think I want any X1 besides Buccaneer with Tough, because that just... I want Whip Grunt to like give me a lot of free stats, and that is got to be 3 mana to play a Cutlass Swine that dies instantly, and I think that's really funny. Now this one, on the other hand, Rally Guy. This is great, and that's right. This is the package I wanted. I wanted Rally Guys and Barrel Mutts because the Barrel Mutt ensures that I will always have something in my hand to play and to be buffed. Ship Cannon. This is really, really tough because Ship Cannon does not contest the board by itself, right? Like I play this, all it does is block a handful of attacks. And it does control the board extremely well if I have pirates to play to proc it, but I will have fewer pirates to play because I'm playing fewer pirates, but I'm also searching them with Barrel Mutt. So, do I want cannons? Well, I'll tell you what I do want is, oh, I took her out. If I could afford the level points to have the one that summons 2 cannons, that would be a no-brainer to go in here. Now, I do want the Berserker. Tough is just an extraordinary keyword in general. And the 4 mana 1/4 is not great, but he can tank the Whip Grunt really well, become a 3/4. That's really scary, and then his effect will just make him get huge. So I like him. Do I want the 3 mana 2/2 flyer? This could be a good way to just get a bunch of like easy chip damage in. You know, I play him if I have. One of these days I'll remember what the guy's name is. Like, if he receives a buff from Rally Guy, that's scary for the opponent. A 3 mana 3/3 flyer, 4/4 flyer, that's really frightening. A 3 mana, 4/1 flyer, that's really scary. Maybe two's not bad. I think I'll play 2 of them, and that's all I got room for at base level. Do I want Admiral Brass in here? He is a pirate. And he synergizes with other pirates, gives him power and rush. So he would be a 5 mana 4/4. The tough keyword is huge on this guy. I like that keyword. I'm gonna go in on that keyword. Maybe cut the spin blade down to 3 and cut. How's the curve? Maybe I can cut one of my 2-drops. Maybe like a Fritz spot can go. There we go. Let's give that a go. So I'm excited. This is more along the lines of the kind of deck I usually play. It doesn't have the fun zany plays that a cannon could provide, but I'm pretty excited about this one. So let's go on to fight. Who are you? The same person, right? Faye? Eve? That's right. Yep, same person. Defeat 10 turns or less. Probably not going to happen. Kill 5 minions. Probably going to happen. Take less than 15. Probably going to happen. Defeat the enemy before they gain 8 glimmer. I don't remember knowing what the glimmer was. I forgot to pay attention. This one is Combat Start Splurge. Splurge being triggers if you have X glimmer. Splurge 3. Deal 3 damage to an enemy minion. Wow. If I'm taking 3 damage to random minions every turn after a point, that's really scary and really threatening to my strategy. Like, I want self-damage, but I don't want 3 self-damage. That's a lot. But yeah, let's get in there. Let's give her a go.
Looks like we found you, fairy.
My name's Eve, Lion Boy. Remember it.
Pardon me, Miss Eve. Didn't mean to insult ya.
Why are you being polite to this she-imp? She tried to kill us!
All part of the Red Code, Braxy.
How chivalrous. Rare in this day and age, especially among pirates. A shame I have to end the life of such a charmer.
We'll be seeing about that, Miss Eve. Have at ye.
Dude, this music. I don't know if it played this song before and I just was engrossed in other things to notice, but this is a bop. Alright, Admiral Brass, see ya. Fritz Spot, see ya, probably. I do like Barrel Mutt, but not as much. I think I want Buccaneers here and that 2-drop that does damage because the whole deck's kind of designed for him. Cool. Sweet. So I love this. I win this exchange for free. Just play Buccaneer on that column. take a card for no effort whatsoever. And then I have mana in the bank, so I can play Rally Guy next turn, or Barrel Mutt, just depending on which I prefer. Very good. So this is really nice for me, because as long as I can keep this board completely empty, I have the option to just drop Incinerate at any time and just wipe any minion. Like, if he played like a 2-drop or a 3-drop that was threatening to me, I could just get rid of it. Goodbye. It's gone. Alright, let's see here. There we go. After another friendly minion takes damage, give a random minion +1/+1. So I lose whatever in 2 attacks. I'm considering just playing Barrel Mutt in this column. It's got to be a trade, right? Like, after 2 combats, they're both going to kill each other. But in the meantime, I will have gained 2 pirates into my hand, and I will have kept their board clean. I think I would prefer this over playing the Rally Guy, which would also be a trade, but would also... Well, actually, it wouldn't be a trade, because I would play this, and then I could Saw Blade next turn. And then I would have the 1/1 still here on the board. I think I would rather have this out on the table, nonetheless. And that way I can have additional pirates in my hand to buff with the Rally Guy. Alright, that's the plan. Have I seen anything Glimmer related happening? Man, that card is really scary. That frightens me. Oh no. I can take that 1 damage easy, no problem. That two. What am I saying? I can take the 2 damage from here, and I can take this hit. Whoa, hold on. Whoa. Pause. I want to read it. Ah! What do we have here? 4 mana 2/4 pirate, Elda Goldswig. After your Glimmer is reduced from damage. I still don't know anything about Glimmer. I'm looking for hints. Okay, but anyway, after it's reduced from damage, deal that much to a random enemy minion. Plunder, summon a Barrel Belly Brute, which is the 2/2/2 plunder guy. Glimmer, what the hell is it? Like... Whoa. It tells me what's in their deck? Bruh. I didn't know that. Granted, I have to know what they are by name, it seems. I don't think I can, like, mouse over them and see what they are, but wow, interesting. Does the history say anything about Glimmer? I still don't know what it is. I'm going to be real embarrassed if it's been right in front of my face all this time and I just haven't noticed. But anyway, here we go. Wow, this is tough. I would like to incinerate this. It's a 50-50 between that and the Salty Rogue. Although I wouldn't be terribly sad if the Salty Rogue did die. And then if I did do that, I would just be playing the Whip Grunt, probably in the column of whichever one gets killed. I think I'll just do that. And, you know, take the high roll on the kill on the 2/4 if I get it, which I did. So that's really great. Sorry, my dog is upset about the mail delivery. Let's see here. We just ship that. And then next turn, we can start really popping off by playing Admiral Brass and getting him buffed. So a bit of a slow start. Aha! There's the Glimmer. So it's just a thing that cards do. And it's this coin icon. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa! Oh my god! And it seems like if I deal damage to him, he loses that Glimmer, yes? I think that's how that worked. Okay, this guy just hard blocks her. Does he have rush himself? He does not. Yes! Alright, that's great. I'm excited. Alright, now that thing is dead, and he did lose, or she did lose the glimmer. Very good. So that's how that works. It all makes sense now. It all makes sense. A ship cannon. Dude, this card rules. Ooh, I gotta get my hands on one of those. Uh-oh. No! Alright. So, this guy is more threatening than this guy, but I do also want to kill that ship cannon. I could play both saw blades, spin blades, which would be pretty funny, I think. Now, I have a question. I'm pretty sure tough would mean that I think I saw this on the Discord, you know, take damage means take damage, not receive a hit. So if I'm toughening through this spin blade, those do not count as procs for Rally Guy. So that would be an intuitive way for it to work out, but just being certain, that's how it goes. Let me see here. So I could play both spin blades, and then I would probably play Barrel Mutt, get him the buff from Admiral Brass, and go from there. Wonderful. And then this guy kills the ship cannon, and I've got complete board control. All of her glimmer is gone. This game is over for my opponent. Wait, huh? Oh, he only gives +1. Oh, it's just +1. Okay, right. So the cannon is not gone. Whoa. Good thing I was playing against that inadvertently. Oh no, I'm going to get hit for 3. Wow, that's devastating. Well, turns out the game was not actually over for my opponent. I spoke too hastily. However, I can do this. And then I can do this. And then I can do this. And that's looking pretty good for me. So they have 3 cards in hand, and they are going to be receiving that 3 damage hit. Ha. See, I played around it on purpose that time, since I knew she had it. Bank 2 Glimmer. I mean, it's irrelevant at this point. I'm taking the 3 regardless. That's the last card, I think. Yep. Alright, this is looking good. I'm going to clear out her Glimmer. Wait, whoa. Did the Glimmer just change at the end of the turn there? What happened? Why did she lose 3 Glimmer? Did this cost 3? Is that what Splurge does? It costs the Glimmer? Interesting. Is there any value in using this Spin Blade? I don't think so. I think I just play Barrel Mutt in this column right here and call it a day. She's going to be losing some Glimmer here. Unfortunately not enough to disable her Relic, but, you know, it is what it is. There's not really a terrible outcome for me. That's a pretty good top deck from my opponent. Alrighty. I could go for a lethal push here. I would play Rally Guy, play Saw Blade. Rigbeak would get absolutely enormous, presumably. Depends on if I get 3 triggers off, well, 2 triggers off this Rally Guy or not. Do I have lethal? 2, 4, 6. Oh, this is. I was thinking of the wrong card, so that's irrelevant. These two just clean trade with each other. That's fine. I'm happy with that. So here I could play. I'm wary of getting blown out by a top deck of the cross removal spell. So just be wary of that. I don't really think there's too much I need to be concerned about, right? Like I just I play you, and then the cross, I don't care about this card. So if he was going to play the cross on him, that's fine. It does deal 4 damage. So he would be, yeah, this is good. This looks solid. I'm trying to figure out how much I like the rally guy in practice. Like, he's helpful, but he's not as helpful as I was hoping he was going to be. Okay, great. So I just learned something I was curious about yesterday. The plunder does go off if it's a clean trade. Nice. Okay, I could kill here, probably. Yeah, that's an exact kill if I was to play the Saw Blade, it would kill this, and then 2, 3, 4, 5 damage. I don't think I want to exact kill here, though. I think I want to prolong this game one more turn so I can get a little bit more overkill. So that's what I will do. I'm going to play this guy here. I'm going to play this guy here. He's going to get hit, get bigger. Very good. Very good. And then this is going to put him down to 3. Keep the board clean. He has 0 glimmer. Alright, good. And this is going to be a fairly reasonable amount of overkill. Oh, this is going to be an extraordinary amount of overkill, actually. Oh, that's wonderful. I'm going to get a lot of money out of this one. Any reason to play any more cards? Nope. Let's get her done. Oh, yes! So that should be 35 overkill dollars. Yep, very good. Okay, what did I get? Flintlock? Dude, this is exactly the guy I wanted! The 4-mana 2/2 summon a cannon. That's such good, like, this is such a good 4-mana card, and I don't think I have many 4-mana cards. Or any, actually, now that I think about it. I think all my good cards are 5-mana or 6. But, like, this is wild, right? So, like, I'm paying 4 mana for a 2/2, so that's, like, 2 mana of value. With it being a pirate, definitely, like, 2 mana 2/2 with an upside is par for the course. And then the other 2 mana, I'm getting a cannon. So I'm like, not only am I getting a cannon for a discount, right? I'm paying 2 mana for a 3 mana card, basically. But also, I'm getting this out on turn 4, and it's searchable because he's got the pirate tag. So now, I want to just meld. He's a rare, right? He's blue. I think I could have 4 of these maximum, or was rare 2? I forget. No, rare was the purples. Those are the ones where I could only have 2. The blues, I think I can have 4. So I want to switch back to cannons, and I want to get that guy immediately. Again? How?
Hey now, don't be too upset, Miss Eve. It ain't easy stopping a mighty pirate myself.
Be careful, lion boy. An ego like that could get you into trouble.
Enough with this frivolous banter. Why are you trying to kill us? And who is this grub character you mentioned before? Tell us now before we end you.
Well, aren't you quite the hothead? Fine, I'll bite. I work for Grub, the notorious info broker of Swindler's Wharf. He sent me to take care of your little gang. Wouldn't be good for business if the masses learned that the mighty Redcroft was actually alive, and back in Swindler's Wharf no less. A walking ghost hurts the bottom line.
So this grub fella is the spineless lily liver spreading false rumors about me. That coward's gonna regret messing with me reputation.
You pirates are all the same. If you boys have a bone to pick with Grub, then I suggest you pay him a visit. His eyesore of a hideout is just west of here. Now, it's about that time. Caught my second wind. Third wind! Third wind! This was your second wind just now. Catch you ruffians later.
And there she goes.
Come back at once, vixen! You have yet to pay for your insolence!
Let her go, Brexy. We got more important things to do, like finding Grub. Ain't gonna let someone sending assassins after us go about his merry way.
Dude, this map node was so much fun. Both of these fights were awesome. My deck was not... It wasn't as fun as I was hoping, right? Kind of the fantasy I had of getting a lot of value out of where he... Rally Guy didn't really play out. And I also definitely was finding myself wanting the 6 mana give your whole board +1/+1 a lot more. Like, I would just replace Rally Guy, 4 copies of Rally Guy with 2 copies of that guy, and then like 1 more Fritz Bot and 1 more Incinerate or something. Make it a little more mid-rangey, but I think that payoff would have been great. Like, at the end of the game there, I had like 3+ minions on the board at all times, and having that +1/+1 would have been a real big push in my favor, whereas I kind of stalled out for a little bit until I rebuilt my board with the cards that I had been drawing from the Barrel Mutt. So Barrel Mutt, MVP. This card's great, you know. Best 1 level point in the whole tree, I think. But yeah, let's take a look at the melding. Passage to a different area. Okay. Go back to the melder. My money's at $24.90, so I'm getting close to being able to afford that 3,000 relic that gives everything +1/+0. Or pirates, I think it was, not everything. That'll be another argument in favor of... Wait, there's a second page? Oh, right, of course, because I unlocked more things. This card, it doesn't synergize with anything. It's just a ridiculously strong card, right? Like, it synergizes with the guy that pings her because she's not taking damage that's going to break her barrier because of her tough. And, like, this card's, like, wild. Like, I would be more than happy if I have any leftover money, which I will. I'm going to make the 2 of these that I can run. And just, that'll be my boss for every deck. Just slam it down. That'll be fun. I did find myself wanting this guy, and he is a blue, so I can have 4 of him. I don't know if I want 4. 2 seems correct. As for having both of these, I don't even know if I want 4 between both of them, but I want at least 1 of this guy, right? He's a pirate, so he's searchable, so 1 is a little bit more attractive, whereas she is not a pirate, so 2 would be more attractive for her. So maybe that'd be the ratio I'd be going for. But this right here, yeah, let's just meld as many of these as I can possibly make. Give me the flintlocks. Oh boy, this is exciting. This is really exciting. I like the look of this guy. We'll revisit the Zoo mid-range card deck once I have higher quality, you know, 2, 3, 4 mana cost cards. I don't think I'm quite there yet. Oh, brilliant. I was able to afford as many as they were offering. I can also afford another Whip Grunt, which would be good, except I definitely want to purchase... Oh no, I can't afford it. That's so sad. Well, in that case... I think I'll just save my mats, try to get those top-end things. Alright, so we're going to swap back over to Day 3 Cannon. We're going to equip that. Go back in my skill tree. Reallocate 1 point in Pirate. I could get Ready Aim Fire here. Is Ready Aim Fire worth more than Barrel Mutt? Summon 5 cannons. Summon 5 cannons. That's tough. I do think I'm going to have a hard time summoning 5 cannons without Barrel Mutt. Because I have the 4 in my deck. I probably am only going to see like 2 of them. I'm going to say I'm going to see 2 cannons on an average long game, right? This guy helps. I would only need to see 3 cannons and then this guy, but still, like without this, searching for musket and then the other guy that I just purchased, I'm gonna give it one more level point before I get that ready aim fire. So let's get back in level our day 3 cannon. Let's see. Put those guys in. Put the other guy that I just got in. Where's he at? There he is. Flintlock. That's what he's called. Alright. Now let's clean this deck up a little bit. I don't think I want Grog anymore because I have searchable cannons. Not sure if I want spin blades. I'll take them out just to clean the deck of all non-essentials. What are my essentials here? Rigbeak is... I'd consider him an essential because the reduced cost big combo plays. Alright, here's the essentials. We're at 16 out of 30 cards. Barrel Mutt is not in here, actually. He is definitely an essential. 20 out of 30. Cannoneer. Are you how essential is Cannoneer? It's nice to have... A body like this is valuable for a deck like this, right? This is a very dirtily kind of deck. Like, this doesn't really come online until turn 5 or 6. This is good for stalling for 2 of those turns, so I want at least some number of these. I think 4 was a good ratio that I had before. Did I want Admiral Brasses in here? 5 mana is kind of expensive. How's my curve? I think I can fit him in. I mean, he's an excellent card. He's just a little bit slow. But then again, the whole deck as a whole is just slow. So stalling is valuable. To which extent I might play just 4 more Cannoneers and call it a day. Just load the board up with Cannoneers to stall. And then, yeah, I think that makes sense. Great. One thing I would like, I'm noticing that is the game, like when I change my leveling tree, right? I see my day 3 zoo is at 22 out of 30. It does remember the cards that I don't own. It still has them in there. Okay, that's good. So I don't know why day 3 cannon was so angry when I made it and it had like 20 out of 30. I don't know what I did wrong there. Maybe I have to like respec the leveling tree before I come back into the deck. I don't know. I must have messed something up. I'll look at the video, see what I did wrong. But never mind. Disregard what I was about to say. I do need to remember to give it the relic, which I think I had forgotten to do earlier. Equip it. I'm excited. This deck, I think this deck's going to be really fun. Whoops, I didn't even swap to the deck that I just did. Make sure it remembered what I changed. Yep. I think this deck's going to be a whole lot of fun. But that's going to be all my time for today. I really enjoyed this node. This node was so much fun. The melding, I got some really cool options, even more cool options, you know, like on top of the shop and the relic. Just, I feel like every day it's a whole new world opening up before me, and now I'm able to like kind of play between 2 archetypes and toggle between them based off of the challenges that I'm facing and the new cards that I get. And I really feel like that's one of this game's biggest strengths. You know, I just love the progression through an RPG in the flavor of a card game. I'm really having a great time. It feels like I'm, you know, like building a powerful collection like when I was playing Playground Yu-Gi-Oh back in the day, except it's free, right? Like I just play the game and I get the things, right? Like, let me just check. Could I farm this guy if I was so inclined? Oh god, I don't actually want to do it. But yeah, that I could farm these guys to get all the cards or the money that I'm missing, presumably. And yeah, this game rules. I'm still having a great time. That's going to be it for me today. Y'all have a great one, and I will see you tomorrow.